And then part-time mowing went from 6,250 to 6,500, increase in $250. It's toward the back of the book for the sheet.
Yeah, he didn't put airport on it. It just got numbers on it. So. Nope, the other way.
Yeah.
Thought it was in the very back. Close to the back. Right after edit.
Right after edit.
Right after edit.
There you go. Here it is. Okay, so here's what their budget is.
Yeah, he didn't put airport on it.
No. The only people on the times here for their salary. That's it. The rest is stuff. Yeah. So we'll go from the part-time snow from 3,500 to 4,000, which is a $500 increase. Office supplies remain the same at 1,200. Airport fuel went up from 1,200 to 2,000, so an $800 increase. Airport lighting remained the same at 2,500. Airport marketing stayed the same at 1,000. Insurance went from 2,750 to 2,900, so an increase of $150. Telephone decreased from 2,000 down to 1,000. Airport electric increased from 6,500 to 6,750. So an increase of $250. Propane went from 2,750 up to 2,900, which was a $150 increase. Airport maintenance remained the same at 20,000. Airport upgrade remained the same at 16,000. Airport lease remained the same at 0. Airport grant match remained the same at 25,000. So overall budget increase for the airport was $1,100, $1,100.
Doyle, are you the liaison for that?
Yes.
Yeah. What in the world they spending $1,200 on office supplies for? Do you know? That seems awful high.
They actually spending it.
They got the cord. I don't know if they've actually
So-
spent that much.
There's 73.28 still left in their budget line for
I think
this
so. Dale, in years past, we just left it at the $1,200, and they've never. I don't think they really came close to using it. I take that back. I think one year they came close to using it, so we kind of left it at that.
They haven't spent anything out of there this year.
$300, I think it was.
Yeah.
Office supply.
$320.65 this year.
Office supplies.
I'm looking, I got that.
Give me a second. I might be able to.
Still got 879.35 left with
Airport office.
4 months left.
Yeah.
So
So we could probably reduce that a little bit, couldn't we?
Hang on, let's see what they spent it on and what last year's expenditure was.
you mean so for what they budgeted 25?
Yeah, from 25 to. Yep. I don't know if there's like end of the year stuff that they go through and send out.
Often 350. Yeah, all it says on the description on the ATV what it costs to buy. I know that they buy things that are for the office, like. You'd say that with your paper toweling or,
Kind of the janitorial stuff.
yeah, yeah. Supplies and stuff. I could look back at the age.
So airport in 2025, they supplies 1,200 and that's the budgeted. So I'll get you. I have a prayer report, but this is the capital main. This is the main report off of this. Just tells what they budgeted. So it's 2025. They budgeted. But usually, I believe at the end of the year, like Julie said, they try to spend, which I told them that's not how. That maybe it was a thing back in the day of wait till the end of the year, and then if you don't use it, you lose it. That's not a good practice in budgets. So, yeah, it just depends what if they need things, but I don't know what they would spend it on.
They cut it in half.
So from 1,200 to 600.
Yeah.
Got a meeting Thursday, don't you? Or was that last Thursday? Say it was last Thursday.
We had one already.
The 11th?
Yeah, they've had so August meeting.
There were the only fuel and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's a,
Fuel has gone up.
yeah, and then we have a plan on that. There's a vendor there that fixed one of the tanks. There's a new type of fuel out. So. they're
Which is where they make their money.
being
fuel.
pretty innovative on that.
You talking about the fuel?
Yeah, there's a, it's a test right now.
Is that what that?
But they're getting their fuel tanks and all that fixed, all brought up, and then eventually, within a certain period of time, they decide how much they sell for and that sort of thing.
And they get a multi-service, like every week we get a multi-service thing, that's like fuel sales that they get back, so.
But they saved several $1,000s, getting that, one of the tanks fixed and they won't use it.
And Ed keeps a really close eye on like fuel prices and stuff. He can get bulk fuel for like 35, 45, 55 cents cheaper a gallon. He does that. So he kind of, he plans ahead.
Those guys watch the money.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know, like, the supplies, I don't really know why it would be that high, but, cause I don't ever see them buying much, but I don't know.
So maybe the supply thing, we can pencil it in as $600, but wait until we figure out what last year's expenditure was.
I don't know.
So that way we can make a final decision off of that. Cause I don't want to shortchange them.
No, I don't either, but it doesn't appear like they're.
Yeah, if they're not using it, then they can be cut. And let's just jump back to edit. If anyone else does have any questions for airport, we all good with the airport.
Julius will home. She's going to be at the next one. So she ought to be able to be here.
Yeah. All right, I guess we'll wait till edit for the next one. So edit and fire. Edits.
Fire, updated from
I just have Dan, he can speak. So edit streets. General for the next one.
Yeah, I think it's good that he explains
Yeah,
his changes.
You guys want to go ahead and do MVH?
Be quick.
Yeah.
Whatever, don't do the whole thing, because I
No.
was supposed to stay.
No, I have to work after this. No. MVH.
Motor vehicle highway.
So Did we have any? Hang on a second. There it is. Yeah. Then we use that for the grant match.
We do the for grant match, however, like monthly summary wise, like our revenue. Each month we get the VA.
Okay.
Because we, instead of putting the community crossings in general, you do it in that different line item, which is a different tax rate. So it comes in a different amount. The good part of that is we now, we have State Road 25. So once that bridge is open, NDOT's going to do some minor repairs. They're going to do an overlay and all that, but who knows, that road's,
That's ours.
yeah,
That's ours.
unfortunately it's ours. So it's going to be a good pocket to have to clear trees, fix drainage, which I
Yeah, that's
think I have it worked out with the state. Well, they'll take a grade all and grade the ditches before they open the road. They haven't said yes, but they haven't said no. So I said it's a great time to do it while it's closed. So
have you talked to them about when and obviously they got to get the bridge done first, but when they're gonna build up and do a overlay?
I said, please, I hope you can do it this year. So if they get the bridge completed in time, the problem is asphalt plants close.
Yeah.
And once they close, they're done. So at the very least, it would maybe be this year, but there's no guarantee. It just depends on completion. There's substantial completion, there's final completion, there's different stages. So they have said that they would like to. If not, it'll be first of next year.
So March, April.
So
next year.
that money that is NVDH also goes towards asphalt for filling potholes, which right now has several. So, yeah. So hopefully this year, but I have a meeting tomorrow with NDOT, a monthly update on the bridge process. And last month they were on track, which is good. Hopefully they can stay on track and get it done October, November. But by that time, usually the asphalt plants are done and closed. So.
So do we want to, sorry, go ahead, Dale.
I had a resident out, I can't remember the name of the housing addition where you go out there and you turn left and go up a hill and
Ballin Springs.
Yeah, I had him flag me down the other day and express concern over the tall grass and weeds and everything else where you can't see that. Right now, it's not too much of a problem because there's not a lot of traffic, but it will.
I think once we get that road overlaid and basically opened up, it'll be a little bit more maintained.
Also.
At least that was the idea when we got it.
How much of the road, the county line?
We go all the way up to Tippecanoe County.
Yeah, which right there at the
Ballin Springs Hill.
top of the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Valley Crap.
Yep. Alleycraft. Yeah, they're at 75 more. So MVH, I guess we'll just go through this real quick. Everything stayed the same except for building improvements. Went from 20,000 to 500 or 5,000. So that was a $15,000 decrease. Yeah.
Wow.
Any questions on that?
Say your amount again, please.
Went down 15,000. So 20,000 down to 5,000. Do we still
The
want?
total went from 452 to 437.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that was put in there, like, like, there was a lot in there, we got the budget for the DLT out, the approval, whatever, the MDH, like, our general probably could have used a little bit more, and the NVH a little bit less because it was up there, and so it was reduced because of the. So
Yeah,
we get.
years past, we always did a transfer.
Right, and we get monthly
additional
commitment for
appropriation.
NVH, like,
You've,
every month. we
you've
get-
done CCMG out of CCMG the last 2 years. And that's why she's saying that there's that fluctuation, which be good to go back to the general.
I think
So do you
that-
think
the
we
different
should
tax
move?
rate.
Should we move community crossings back to general?
I believe so.
So take it out of there and move it back to general. So that way. it
Because
doesn't
that
affect it.
way, and whatever we choose to, like last year, we chose 250,000, which is a smaller, much smaller scale
Yeah.
project. Then we go through and do the process that's the only way they've ever done it before, was just out of general. So,
Yeah.
so if
I think that's the idea of putting an MVH was kind of consolidate it and to make sure that it was easier to track everything through. That's why
Yeah.
we did it. But
Yeah.
then again,
but it's a different tax rate.
yeah.
Yeah. So, which is why when she gets the MVH
So if we move,
payables, it's a lot more.
so if we move community crossings back to general, what's that do for the tax rate for MVH? Like, are we going to shortchange ourselves on this?
I don't think right now there's $730,126.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that'll come down after the community crossings.
We get monthly revenue. Like every month we get.
Okay.
And that'll go down after we do our community crossings grant.
Yeah, but
So,
only
but that's still going to leave 200 and yeah. So
we only did 250,000.
I'll try to get Aaron here. Hopefully he's healthy and back to work whenever we schedule our next meeting, just to make sure that there's nothing we're going to shortfall him on.
So do we want to go ahead and move, like make the suggestion of moving community crossings back to general? So that way it doesn't affect the rates. Take the 250. Clerk's saying yes, that would make a lot more sense. I'm gonna trust your judgment on that.
Yeah, you've done it.
It's just the tax rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All it is just a,
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Okay.
easier procedural wise, but doing it the way you've done it the last 2 years, but ultimately your shortfall in your general budget. So, and the tax rate is going to be different coming out of MVH.
Okay.
So
So
This
I
was
I'd
the-
make the suggestion that we go ahead and pull community crossings out of MVH and put it back into general. I still want to keep it at least 250,000 because that gets us $1 million worth of work. And stuff's not getting cheaper, so I want
We
to make
did
sure.
that for a specific reason.
We did it to help ease the consolidation of it, and then it messed up the rates for MVH, and it shortfalled
it's just
general.
it's just a different rate.
Yeah.
So it didn't shortfall anything. It's
just
just a different tax
made
rate.
the numbers a little bit different for general compared to MVH, like years past. So it would make sense. Clerk's saying makes better sense to put it back in general.
And depending on the scope of the project, like
Mhm.
right now, sooner or later, we're going to have to do some work on North Street.
Yeah, the
Every time we
drainage.
get rain, it turns into a creek. But that's going to be a very large scale project because it's a longer project. Plus, it's going to have water. So we got to make sure that Craig has it within his budget because water is not paid for out of community crossings. It's going to be out of the operating.
Yep.
So that's going to be a much larger scoped project. So we've tried to put it off. We bring cameras down the drains, and that was jammed up when NDOT did some bridge work up on Washington, but we're not getting any cooperation on who did what back when that construction was done. So, and that's not any fault of anybody's other than we just got to figure out why the water's getting jammed up, which is going to be all new drains. It's going to be a large scale project. So just keep that in mind. Maybe not for this year.
Think where that's at. Drop off. And you wouldn't think it'd be a problem there.
When we ran cameras down the first time, thought it should be a pretty short run and we'd find out where it's jammed at. But NDOT doesn't know where their infrastructure ties into their end of it after that construction on the hill. But somewhere it's jammed up because every time we get 2 inches of rain, it shows us. So it did.
So I just added up like the monthly revenue for 2019, it's 235, 496, 29.
What was it again?
235, 496, and 29 cents.
Yeah,
That's the
after-
revenue from January through July.
So
Which
Community
250 of that's going to go to community crossings.
But you already had, and you already had stuff in there, so
Right.
We're not even to the end of the year and you've got over 235,000. I'm saying it would be a better fit for us to benefit our general.
I don't see an issue with that.
And really, all we have to do is take whatever you guys allot from the community crossings out of general into, we now have an established community crossings yearly fund per state board of accounts that we changed directly into that.
Yeah.
It earmarks every penny spent. NDOT loves that. It shows every penny we for each fiscal year project.
New
It's
fund
a-
created each year.
Yep. So
So LRS, any other questions on NVH? Guys,
You made a motion to move it, right?
that's not a motion, it's just we can make it, we'll go through, there's no
I
motion.
think that's a good move to put it in general though.
Yeah. Anything else with NVH? Let's move on to LRS, and Julie, can you explain what LRS is? I guess I don't know. Local Road Street, okay.
local road street. This is the
It have to change. I mean, I think it's been 385 for,
long time.
gosh. I don't know how long here. Let me see.
Do we use it all?
Oh, yeah. We used, so last year, we got that additional community crossings pocket of money, so we used it for, we did the overlay or that HMA overlay with part of it last year.
So it's been
Right on your-
this year. Alley. Um, Yearly prescription for Raven Road, weed killer, asphalt for patching. And then we just got like the, gas tax holiday reimbursement for April. We got the gas, tax. They sent us $1,125.60 for the gas tax thing that we just got back, and that was on July 23rd. So really, we've expended almost
1721.
So
We've got 14,355 revenue. We spent 1721, but this project, his yearly project, is usually tied in with the community crossings, which we have not started yet. So, and that company comes once a year, so that's when that money will come out of that line. That's when that'll be depleted.
for your balance, you expend.
I'm gonna leave that thing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, usually if Aaron's asking for it, there's a reason. He's
Expended 40,000.
Okay.
And we received 24,000.
That's control.
it's shaking the building.
Do you think we should just leave the LRS then?
You would, just because there have been some years where it's been higher, like it's done up in the 17 and 18. And he has only 21,185, so if something were to, we have a couple of, and road patches or, something happen where we need.
Where's I can't remember, where does he get his salt? Stuff, road treatment stuff, is it out of this?
He
or
gets
is-
it out
Or is that
of,
out of the street budget, right?
he takes it out of both.
Out of both?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he buys it in bulk because the rate, it's
This-
proactive.
yeah.
Like, so if you get it this year,
Salt.
yeah, so he gets it in bulk.
It's gonna be this, so he plans ahead and
Okay.
buys it so that it's ready to go for bad weather.
If you don't stock up the year before, you'll pay for it the next year.
Alright. So you guys want to leave LRS the same then? Okay. Do we want to go over? Did we get Dixon Craig's budget, even though we don't
Yeah,
budget
yeah.
it, just, okay. So they're gone. What am I forgetting? ARPA's gonna be gone by the end of the year.
Fire.
Helios switches over Riverboat. Riverboat's, we don't, do we budget anything out of Riverboat?
We just do 15,000 because that's kind of a whatever, so we put 15,000 in there.
And it's showing,
Let me see if I can. What about? Let you know there.
see the balance at the beginning of the month, I'm showing 126,525 and 72 cents. And
What'd you say? 109, 568, 27?
No, 12,652.5 and 72 cents. I'm looking
For
at
the,
for the
2235.
okay, so you're looking at
yeah,
the,
what we have in it now
okay.
and what we've dispersed. We haven't dispersed it.
Our
yet.
current balance is 126, 525, 72.
Mm. Yeah. What do we generally spend out of Riverboat? What do we
Don't
use it for?
usually use it unless we have to.
We don't, it's kind of like another, almost kind of like another rainy day.
Yeah.
We don't really spend out of it, so we have
Have to,
to,
okay.
but I always make sure that we go through there because you have to put something in there for budget purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put 0 if you wanted to, but if you have.
But then you'll have to do additional appropriation.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I put, like, for the last year, we put
The
15,000
that's
in
what
it. Yeah, we've gone over that. And I will tell you, for like a rainy day, like we knocked it down clear to like 100,000 last year. Because we didn't really want to take out a rainy day unless it was absolutely necessary.
We didn't.
To
What-
build that back up.
Did we take
And we
that?
didn't, we haven't taken anything.
No,
out of it.
and I'm gonna do a transfer from rainy day or from general to rainy day, probably next, either August or September, the 10% to
We're done with
keep building that up.
We're done with the 15%, right? This last year was last year for 15. and
It's
this year-
10 now.
Okay,
Yep. So trying to get that up to 1 million and not use it.
gotcha. Okay. It's a rainy day, that's about statutes of 10%.
So like the water tower, something like that, is that considered like a emergency or, like we had it out there at
That's out of,
So
yes.
We got that out of, Carroll,
No.
counties.
We use our
I was just trying to figure
operating to
out
cover
An
it.
example.
To get us through the winter, we spent water operating, but we're gonna get reimbursed that through the RDC.
Yeah.
So up to 700,000. So the quote was 566 something, but then there was a second part. So we'll be really close to the 700,000 mark by the time it's all done. When we send them some invoices that we had already paid for some things to get done. So
So when we get ready to do a rainy year, are you okay with just putting 100,000 back in there again? Should you need it, we haven't done anything with it this year, but if you needed it in an emergency situation like he's talking,
Mm.
that way you wouldn't need to do an additional appropriation if it fell underneath that threshold.
I'm okay with it.
Anybody else? 100,000 just in rainy day, just to keep it there.
Yeah,
and then-
for the appropriated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then that would be it for-
Yep, I'm good with it. Highway relinquishment. It's a little-
Oh, that'll get done tonight.
So I'm trying to double check to make sure. We're doing
So
fire,
did
fire, we need fire, we need edit, we need streets, and then general.
Yep. So when you set your next meeting date, they
Yeah.
will all be here.
Okay, are you guys good with the discussions from tonight so far?
Yeah.
And we'll just go ahead and schedule the next meeting. We'll see if we can get Chief Doolin here, Aaron here. And then we'll go and Julia here from edit, and then we'll also hopefully we can tackle into general, and then that'll be it. So
We can check the airport.
yeah,
Meeting we have and find out about the supplies.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't.
Like they thought they had to buy that camera.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all they use.
They are definitely frugal.
They are.
I can tell you.
We need them and sitting with them.
And getting them here to a meeting is gonna be a challenge too, because I guarantee you 3/4 of them are probably in bed. Yep, they're super group. They're good people.
I want to so many.
They're
Huh?
good.
I'm about to many comments for you guys here, but it's all right. It's fine. I'll leave it alone.
They do a good
So
job.
looking at our calendars, guys, what do you think of August 10th? Oh, fine, not August 10th. How about August 11th? Jeez, killing me, Smalls. I'm gonna be gone the week of August 17th for training.
I'll be here though. Anything else?
How about the 24th? We have, I know there's, it's not plan commission.
Be the
Which one's on the 24th?
RDC.
RDC. So after RDC,
Yes, other than what night is planning.
that might be plan commission.
Yes, it is.
Let me look real quick.
1, 2,
4.
see, 1, 2, 3. That's the same night as that's the
Yeah.
same night as BZA and area plan this month. So we have it set on our calendars as the 31st is what you agreed to
I have
preliminary. So
I mean, we can do August 31st. Does that sound okay?
Works for me.
yeah, we talked last when we put these dates in. We have the 31st as a budget workshop.
Okay, so what time?
So-
Is there anything else going on that evening?
No,
If not, can we start, you want to start a little bit earlier?
that's up to them.
Do you
Them guys, if
feel
they
like you
do.
want to start a little earlier than 6 o'clock?
Whatever, I'll work whatever.
Yeah,
time
there's
you do.
nothing else on the calendar.
Dale, do you have a preference?
Earlier would be fine, 5.
Can we do
5
5?
o'clock, Doyle.
Are you good with 5?
It's a little tough for me to get here at 5.
5:30?
Yeah, I can do 5:30.
5:30 on the 31st.
All right.
5:30. All right. I'll change that on my master computer.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited about the budget thing, how to move software and stuff in. It's supposed to be a lot easier. So we'll see.
Is that the one we went to the training and they
Yes.
didn't have anything?
It was the same thing that they did. Didn't
Yeah.
be anything different.
That was a wasted hour of our lives, wasn't it?
So we'll have the next meeting August 31st at 5:30 PM. And that'll be for the fire, street, edit,
Edit.
and general. We can tackle in the general. If not, we'll have another one for schedule out for general, but I want to get the 3 with people here.
If Aaron if he's not back to work, I'll see if he can have his foreman or someone come in.
Okay.
He should be back by then. It's not a
Uh-huh.
long trip. Yep. So, but he's still battling through it. So
All right. You guys have anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that one. All in favor? The next thing. Swear. He
all in
abstained.
favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
My motion.
Yeah, Dale made the motion.
Yes.
Second.
All right. It's
7:40.
7:40.